Nice to have you here, Greg.
Thanks for having me.
You know, by all accounts, very strong quarter, and yet the stock's not up. I'm just sort of curious to get your initial reaction, given, you know, everything you reported in terms of inventories, double-digit growth across all three technologies and regions, strong demand and public safety. Why not a positive reaction?
Look, let's see how it trades the rest of today and into next week. Q1 was above expectations. We guided Q2 above consensus, top and bottom. David, we increased the full year, even in this environment. So tremendous demand. And by the way, we didn't burn in backlog either. We increased backlog and we increased the duration of backlog. So we exit Q1, not just with the print in the rearview mirror, but record Q1 orders, record Q1 ending backlog through the windshield. So we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, you said a little bit better supply in Q1. I am curious, though, about demand versus supply chain and what you're seeing there.
So the supply, the long pole in the tent is semiconductor supply. Now, for what we sell, we're selling 40 nanometer chips and above. So while smartphones, laptops, iPads are more flooded, we're not. We compete with automotive, we compete with industrial. That's still a little bit constrained, but it's a knife fight every quarter. I think the team did a really good job, but we still have supply chain challenges throughout the balance of the year, which, by the way, informs the full year guide. But we take it a quarter at a time, and it's very important to.
What would you say is reflective, or what is the reason for your continued growth? Obviously, this focus on safety, unfortunately, very much so, for example, at schools.
Exactly.
Is that part of it?
Well, think about what we do, right? Motorola Solutions is public safety and enterprise security. So we do the two-way radios for police, fire, and EMS, and all the requisite infrastructure and encrypted, secure, dedicated networks that go with that. We provide software into the 6,000 911 centers that go into this country, call handling, call routing, CAD dispatch, records and evidentiary management. And then we're now one of the largest video security players, David, where we weren't even in the business 5 years ago, and that TAM is $22 billion. So you think about video security, access control, 911 software, connecting public safety to private businesses. So we're solving for safer schools, stadiums, hospitals. And unfortunately, the active shooter situation is a tragedy, and it's a significant concern here in the States and beyond. But we sell products and services right into solving that. Yeah.
Now, there are, a journal article not long ago talked about a growing number of companies expect their servers and network equipment to last longer. There's sort of this sense that the lifespan of a lot of the equipment, some of which you sell, is longer. I'm curious as to how you view that.
Well, so we have the radios as an example that serve public safety. On average, those devices get replaced every 7 or 8 years, much like you replace a smartphone every 2 or 3. Interestingly enough, we're at the very early innings of a refresh cycle, which is another reason I think demand is being fueled. When you look at video cameras, they're replaced every 3 to 5 years. By the way, we've got the video security system at the stock exchange. It's good for me when I saw that when we walked in. So I think there's a lot of demand for device refresh, cloud activity, and then, of course, all things AI.
We just had a discussion about AI in a different sense, about productivity, but I have to imagine it has huge impact on the potential to create safety nets, perimeters.
Huge. I mean, when you think about it, in the past, you'd have a person sit in front of eye candy full of screens looking for a perimeter breach or something to go wrong. Now we've got AI algorithms that trigger anomaly detection, appearance search, license plate recognition, perimeter breach, whatever it is that automates the alerts.
These are in place now.
In place right now.
So what's the additional innovation that's coming that's going to be game-changing?
Well, we're also innovating in the 911 center, right? So think about accelerating the analysis. So if 911, if first responders can answer a 911 call 1 minute faster, it saves 10,000 lives a year. We're making productive AI software that takes account of the tone of your voice as a call taker or someone calling into 911. If you use certain words, it'll trigger automatic supervisory intervention to facilitate and integrate and dispatch first responders quicker to the scene. There's a whole host of things we're doing.